Hi, welcome back. I'm Teresa at Honeymoon Islands, and today we're featuring Tierra hotels in the country of Chile. And I'd like to welcome to the podcast Libby Cook from Tierra Hotels. Welcome to the show, Libby.
Thank you, Teresa. I'm thrilled to be here and to share the Tierra Hotels with you and your audience. I am thrilled to represent these Tierra Hotels, which are situated throughout the country, from north to south, starting with the Tierra Atacama luxury lodge. These Tierra hotels are comprised of three properties: the Tierra Atacama, Tierra Chiloé, and Tierra Patagonia. When flying into Santiago on any international carrier, it's a quick, less than 2-hour flight to Calama, which is just northwest of Santiago in the Atacama, which is the second driest desert in the world. It's a fascinating landscape. Here we have Tierra Atacama, which is just 32 rooms, situated just outside the town of San Pedro de Atacama, with the full range of the Andes Mountains on display. This is, as I mentioned, the second driest desert in the world outside of Antarctica. Absolutely that lunar landscape with a very beautiful lodge, comfort, generously inclusive. So enjoy the gracious hospitality extended, the food, the wine, the beverages, just to return to the lodge in between your excursions, because there's a lot to experience when visiting the Atacama Desert. We start with a very personalized experience, and we'll create an itinerary for your travelers to really maximize their length of stay. We are situated at a very high altitude, almost 7,000 feet at our base. And that volcano that you saw in the distance is upwards of 19,000. So it might take a day or two to acclimatize before venturing out and having some amazing excursions, whether it's visiting this high altitude, this salt pan, and seeing the pink flamingos, visiting the geysers, lots of walks of varying abilities. And so we can dial it up, we can keep it moderate, but it is an absolutely stunning, stunning landscape to enjoy. And we have horses, we have e-bikes, and so there's a lot of ways to get out, but also just to return to the lodge and enjoy our spa and our prominent view of those Andes Mountains. Absolutely stunning, the Tierra Atacama property. Evening stargazing, no ambient light, is absolutely a magical night sky. Fun fact, keep an eye on what the moon is doing. If it is a full moon, there won't be any stargazing about 3 or 4 days pre or post a full moon. Moving further south down to Tierra Chiloé. This is kind of in the Southern Lakes District, northern Patagonia, part of Chile, out on the west coast in an island archipelago called Chiloé. You would fly into Castro as your preferred airport, or Puerto Montt. Either way, transfers are included to the lodge, which sits on this beautiful estuary. This is an archipelago of more than 300 islands. Here you come to have an insight into the Chilean lifestyle. This is where the Chileans vacation. It is a quieter experience. It beautifully balances Tierra Atacama or Patagonia, those big, big, dramatic landscapes, with a very softer, more gentle, more bucolic, kind of resembles that of maybe the Azores or Wales. Wonderful, gentle walks, hikes, bird watching. We have the 24 suites. All of them have these water views. This area on Chiloé is really culturally significant. We have a number of UNESCO designated churches. It is steeped in mysticism. They talk about witches and warlocks. There's a wonderful kind of healing energy when walking through many of their national parks. And here you can also find the world's smallest deer, called the pudu. You can venture out to Decaue, to the markets, a lot of beautiful woolen goods, or venture out onto with our kayaks on the water and maybe go foraging for mussels. We also have horses on site for some very gentle trail rides, and we've introduced kind of a nature bathing, kind of a wonderful opportunity to breathe. This is, like I said, a softer experience and a wonderful soft landing, a complement to Tierra Patagonia or to Tierra Chiloé or Tierra Atacama or Tierra Patagonia. We also have the Huilichi wooden boat, which provides us access to those 300 islands, many of which aren't even accessible other than by boat. So again, this property is a very, very much an insight into that Chilean lifestyle, coastal lifestyle. Moving then further down, a flight down to Puerto Natales to Patagonia. This is going to be the hero, the big crescendo of any itinerary. We sit, as you can see, almost a very, very low profile, architecturally stunning property, 2 stories, 40 suites in total, overlooking all of Patagonia, the Torres del Paine National Park. It is, we sit kind of towards the eastern side of the park, but the Lake Sarmiento, of which we're on the banks of, is the park boundary. So we're just on the edge of the park boundary. Wonderful, quiet location. You might not see anyone else. Wonderful opportunity to see some of the wildlife. We might have guanacos come through. We might have condors soaring. It's a great day if we can see a puma. The lodge itself, again, beautifully inclusive. So enjoy the food, the wine, the beautiful surroundings, but always taking in the 3 sisters is what you're looking at. Those are the Torres. And so we are activity based, and you return to the lodge hungry. So you are met with some really beautiful culinary and a lot of little nooks and areas to enjoy the lodge in between your excursions. We also have a spa on site, which is much needed after some of those big hikes and walks. You'll meet with our experiences team on arrival. We'll create that personalized itinerary, really maximize your time with us. 70% of our guests want to do some of those big hikes, what they call the W, and others want to just keep it a little bit more gentle. And so we can nicely cater to whatever you're envisioning for your experience. Whether it's a trail ride with some of our gauchos, venturing out on the boat on Gray Lake to see the Gray Glacier, which is a tidewater glacier, which is beautiful. Always capturing little, whether it's Paine Massive with the big mountain on the left or the 3 towers. The scale is awe-inspiring. It is raw beauty. It is majestic. It takes your breath away. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity. I would say maybe 4 nights. 3 is probably not enough. 4 to 5 nights, depending on how many of those hikes you want to take advantage of. I should mention that Chiloé and Patagonia are seasonally opened. Both of them return for the season in October and will operate into April of next year. But again, balancing those big experiences and excursions with just time at the lodge. It's a wonderful, wonderful balance. So with that, I am thrilled to be available to Teresa to help kind of introduce the Tierra Hotels to you. So Teresa, thank you for having me today.
Oh, you're welcome, Libby. That was quick and fast. I do have a couple questions. Chile is in South America, so they have opposite seasons as north of the equator, North America and all of Europe and Asia. So when is the best time to go there? You just said in your presentation, these properties are seasonal, October to April. So I'm going to take it that would be the best time. What would be the weather like?
So yeah, so they are seasonal, but as you know, Chile is a far-reaching. The country itself is about the same distance from Seattle all the way down to San Diego. Like, it is a long, skinny country, as you know. So the far north is the desert, which is open year-round. But you can imagine that those summer months, which would be more of your December, January, February, March, would be quite warm. And the off season, more of your April to November, which is kind of the best time for Atacama. being the desert, so the cooler days. The remaining two properties, the Tierra Chiloé and Tierra Patagonia. Patagonia is alpine. So the summer months, November to March, April, absolutely ideal for Patagonia. That's why October and kind of April are kind of desirable for all three properties. Tierra Atacama is undergoing an amazing renovation at the moment, and it will reopen March of next year.
So Tierra Atacama is north Chile. That's where you would begin or end. And
Correct.
that would be the desert. And mid Chile would be
like a lovely Mediterranean, kind of like Wales or the Azores, not quite Mediterranean, but yep.
And then the southern part would be Patagonia, Tierra Patagonia. And that's what, and how many nights per? So if you were to combination, what would you advise travelers to do? 3, 3, and 3 or longer? Or
I would say maybe, again, 3 or 4, probably 4 Atacama, 3 Chiloé, and 4 Patagonia.
Okay, so 4, 3,
4, 3, 4.
4. That okay, got it. Just to kind of in order to plan properly. And
absolutely,
travelers would not need to pre-plan hikes. You have a guide, you have your concierge team on arrival organizing all of that. We just need to make the reservation. So I appreciate you showing up today and give us an education on your properties. And if anybody is watching this and they would like to travel to Chile, please reach out to me. My name is Teresa Belcher from Honeymoon Islands, and I will leave my contact below for you to email me. So until next time, if you can dream it, we will create it. Bye, Libby.
Thanks, Teresa. Bye-bye.
Bye.